I think we probably only have this last cross-examination. I don't think there's any more for us to investigate. So it's time
we got pieces all together.
Yeah, put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We have dragged her down here. It is like, what, 9 hours later? Wait, 6. Yeah, 9 hours later.
Okay, so... Oh, Jesus, hold on. Sorry about that. I think my sister is here.
Okay. Miss Meele.
Okay.
Miss Meele!
Huh?
Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhangfa?
Huh?
You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible, because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhangfa.
Oh?
Miss Cammy Meele?
Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did?
No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meele.
But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction.
With a mini game, let's do this! From just before we were about to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth?
Let's do this.
Your eyes so void of life.
I know, right?
Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
I'm about to slap her. I swear to God. How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meele, wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Oh my God. Is this really our first piece of cross-examination?
Hold
it! Wake up! Miss Meele,
wake up, bitch! I'm awake. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant.
You're the one with the weapon. Why ask me to wake her up when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? 3 to 4 hours in the flight attendant's room. Hold it! Wait, oh, we know that one of those is a lie. Because from cause at 5:40, fucking Rhoda was there.
Oh, that's right.
Rhonda, or whatever that I've already
Rhoda.
forgotten. Yeah. If I remember correctly, food was being
You're
served.
right. Her titties.
Her titties do be out. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class and the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4.
Yeah. But that stuff's kind of run by Miss Rhoda.
Yeah, the more I realize, the more Miss Rhoda seems to do literally fucking everything. Then what were you doing in the attendance room at that time?
Eating. I've been having a most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way. Sleeping's part of our job too, you know.
I like this spray in particular. I don't
It's
know
really
why.
good. I like the mouth, like,
Is
especially
this
she
where-
makes just big old white bits. They're so good.
Wake up! Miss Meele, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up!
I'm awake.
Dude, why did you whip me for, sir? Goodbye, Ray. I'm surprised you're
what did I
raining with how
miss?
sick you feel.
Oh,
but
bye, Ray.
try
I
and
feel
keep
okay.
try and keep your spirits up.
Yeah.
Or detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Really? Sorry about that.
You can make amends for it by continuing with your testimony. I knew those two were just going to be haha funnies, but I still wanted to see them anyways. So you were alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah. No one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi.
Fucking God!
I fucking love this man!
God!
Miss Meele, there is a clear contradiction embedded
Hello,
in your
Miss
testimony.
Meele, it's me, the contradiction! What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in that attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6. Oh god.
It was the receipt, right?
Yeah, bought it at 5, and that's why she walked past Edgeworth.
Yeah!
I don't know why. Wait, what? I can check the receipt.
What?
Seems to
Oh,
me-
just the time.
God, she really spent that much money on her own suitcase.
Good lord. Oh, she even bought it on credit, too.
Oh,
Sorry.
girl.
Listen, I'm sorry, I had to see that. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meele. Yeah, that's right, bitch. I got receipts.
A receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase, Miss Tenero, bro. I swear, listen, if this game was made in the modern day, you know Edgeworth's reply would be, for your guilty ass, or something along that line. It's a receipt for your guilt. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp, as you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero. Wait, what?
Yes?
Why is
No,
she
she's been here.
Oh, I
She's been here.
didn't realize she
Yeah,
was
she's
here.
here. Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6, you took a trip from first class down to the first floor, in-flight shops, correct?
Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which, I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off.
And did you see Miss Meele there at any time?
No.
Oh, look at that! Someone's doing a big old lie!
You dumb bitch!
So, Miss Meele, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6? Miss Cammy Meele?
Huh? The bathroom.
I'll be the one to ask the questions from here.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know.
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out?
Listen here, you fucking harlot. I have no room in my heart for love. That's all taken up by one man.
Look, I know you suspect me because I'm one of the crew. But you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda?
Of course, I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I?
Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design!
Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Like I said, none of you are wearing blue. Well, you are wearing blue, but you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
Don't got that, like, you know, don't have that sense of, like, childhood friendship. And deep repressed
So we
trauma.
don't have that childhood friends to enemies to friends to lovers.
Yeah, none of you got that, like, washed-up dad energy that he's gonna have in a good year or two. Ooh, baby.
You know how hot the dopes are right now? My god.
Hopeless poker players? That's right up my alley. No, it's not the suspicion. Not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies.
But see, I was an attendant. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you?
Yes, I suppose that's true enough. She is already being detained for further questioning, or have you already forgotten?
Oh, yeah, I guess I just forgot. Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too! Sorry, can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it. I can't believe you would think that! I mean, me, a killer?
Miss Meele, what did you mean by now when no one else could have done it? Hold it! And what are you in charge of, Miss Meele?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count.
But I spend so much time in there, might as well be my responsibility.
God, this bitch!
Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Porginian. She's one of the only on this flight who is fluent. Oh, even that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Porginian.
She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian.
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Porginian.
Oh. Very interesting. Hold it. Excuse me.
You're fine.
Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes.
Huh? But why?
While Miss Tenero is busy with the passengers and all of her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands. A lot of free murder time, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime.
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease and desist in this line of conjectural questioning. I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense.
But I do honestly believe Miss Meele does any actual work on this flight.
Oh, that's not true. Mr. Edgeworth, although, well...
And some Borginian stuff. Is it... Do I need to...
You might.
I'm gonna press this real quickly just to see what it is, but I think we need to present that to that because she would have known it was a fake.
Yeah, exactly.
So what exactly do you do on the do as the one in charge of some Borginian stuff?
I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian. Cammy is the only member of the crew who understands Borginian, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Meele, I take it that it is your job to process all the Borginian paperwork.
Yeah. See? I totally pull my weight around here.
So it would appear.
I also fuck the captain. Wait,
I
what?
was gonna try and make a joke about that, but I didn't want to be in poor taste. I'm glad you said it though.
Oh, so I'll be the one in poor taste.
Well, I didn't want to. I was waiting for somewhere to take it because they mentioned that it was like, oh yeah, she's real sweet with the cat. And I'm like, I swear to God, if they just out, do they be out there fucking?
They just might.
Miss Meele, is it? It's very unladylike to put suspicion onto someone else.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very sus.
Don't say it, don't think it,
I
don't
think-
say
I
it,
think
don't
I
say
saw-
it, don't think it,
saw
don't
Miss
say
Rhoda,
it,
like,
don't
vent.
think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it!
You know, I think Miss Rhoda is the imposter. She's pretty sussy baka, don't you think?
Oh wait, hold on.
Very sus.
Stop, don't say it, don't think it.
She's the one who said it. Very sus, Parker.
Objection! So you're the only one in this flight crew who speaks Borginian? Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while.
She has so many different sleepy sprites.
I know.
If that's the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who reads it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meele. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Aleph Red could not have occurred. She's not reacting like how I want her to be. This is getting really anti. Listen, don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you.
Oh my god.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is she blowing bubbles? is that what it's like she's doing while underneath the hair?
Oh my god.
This is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation, after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that.
Can't really argue that one. We know she's shit at her job. Seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose, and this is a supposition, even if I was involved in smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is a smuggling ring member?
She can't speak
After all,
Virginian.
unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes.
So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case. Did she really just aggressively blow bubbles at us?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
You hear the little popping noises?
I know. So
Don't
good.
worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe that she is indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicion. What's this? No. Damn.
No. It's not it.
What would it be?
Tell our evidence again.
I assumed it would. Oh wait, it's probably the suitcase. Also, Dr. Sleepy and Mr. Hide Awake was a good one. I'm gonna guess the suitcase since it is hers.
Yeah,
That's the only other thing I can think of. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so?
She's gonna swap the suitcases.
Angry.
Oh my god, the flash!
The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. Every time she does the little bubbles, it kills me. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate the false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why'd the killer need to frame someone like that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances? Killer to frame someone.
What?
It's a member of fucking Interpol. I'm guessing it's because of who the victim was.
I'm between hours, like, where the murder took place.
The killer was at a loss for what to do with Agent Hicks's body. But, as it just so happened, there was a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. And the skinny... Oh my fucking... Edgeworth, please!
You mean the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence?
No, that's not what I said. You just wrongly deduced my meaning, Miss Meele.
The one with the wrong deduction is you. Think before you speak again.
Patience, Francisca. I was about to reveal the truth. Listen, I'm so cool. My brain is big and sexy. Okay.
I think it may be, like, where it took place. Because only Rhoda could get down there, right? Or, like, the elevator?
Yeah, the thing went away. You were right. Yeah. The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. Everything changed after 9/11, they say. That's an inside joke only me and you will get.
Oh my god.
So everyone's just gonna have to go with us on that one. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame Miss Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenero or myself. But you, Miss Cammy Meele, only you and you alone could be the killer.
And...
Oh my god.
Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence.
Fucking hate that word. Ugh. Alright. Ooh, this is a different song.
Ooh.
I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. It's the missing phone?
Oh, the phone!
I'm guessing that's the one that we haven't... It's not been
we haven't found
at
the
all.
phone. If we're just fucking... Francisca, call the phone!
I don't have any actual evidence.
I thought not.
But that's because it went missing, and still is.
Missing? What do you mean by that?
In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on, and that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me.
That's right.
But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took this phone with them?
Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Haha. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well?
It was on a lanyard!
Yeah, the fucking they grabbed it!
Wait, we won't know that until we try a little experiment, shall we? Francisca, I'd like you to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
What's his ringtone? Oh, it's Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir! I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from?
Top of the stairs, top of the stairs.
Oh, it's... Oh, wait.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh, it's coming from in here. God, how the hell did you hear... Would you hear that? The wing is coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Oh my god, it's on her bed.
Doesn't seem to be over here.
Oh no, I thought I saw her there.
I did too.
The locker?
Just dropped it somewhere, right, sir? From in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. It's gotta be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
This wasn't it.
Mr. Nero's. What? Oh no!
No!
So, Mr. Edgeworth, how'd it go? Where'd you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss Tenero's locker.
What? What?
Rhoda Tenero! I don't know anything about the phone! It wasn't me! It wasn't me!
Miss Von Karma, is it... I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conventionally stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time.
This is related to the key card, alright?
In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that.
Ugh.
The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one word we cannot ignore.
Fuck! What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjecture at this point. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? He must have something very incriminating on or in it. Hold it! Alright. Oh, it's time for the Hail Mary!
Yes! What is it now, Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence. That will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Okay.
Go through the text messages.
I was about to pop off the back of it.
Unless there's something on the screen, maybe.
Oh, it's cracked. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call on this. What is... Ah, it's a camera lens! Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of the smuggling? Francisca!
Did you end up getting a picture of her?
I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Fun fact, Phoenix, right, still has the same phone he had in the first game all the way in Spirit of Justice.
Oh my god.
So he still uses a phone that is like a piece of shit Nokia brick, and I love that detail. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this basic stuff, sir. Oh, that's...
Sorry, my niece again.
Okay.
This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here of our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even the super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
The fucking SD card.
Pull it out!
The fucking SD card. Ah, I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that.
May I go back to sleep now?
The LCD screen's on the inside and outside. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
You're fine. The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken. That's for sure. But that's also a reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What?
What do you mean by that, Francisca? Apparently Edgeworth is technologically inept!
My god, Edgeworth, have you not heard of a fucking cell phone before? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics.
No!
Nor is one of the prosecutors in this room. this phone still rang when it called, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now.
I like to imagine that everyone stands there, because given the fact these are like 2009 phones, everyone stands around in a circle and has to wait like 5 or 6 minutes for the transfer to finish. Hey, and he took it from the top of the stairs. This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey, the A-list red nowhere in this picture, sir.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
She's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks' killer, sir. Is this it?
There's another photo.
Is this the end?
Mid-murder.
There's really nothing in this photo that we can use. What?
Let's see.
What the fuck could I... Okay, at least I can fucking examine shit first. What's all this? Oh. Oh, they're a cargo ship from Borginia to Zhengfei. So the reason they are here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of those boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says... It is cloth in English. Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer... What is it for? What for is that scary face? Miss Meele?
Yes.
It appears that Agent Hicks is no ordinary investigator. Because Tenero wouldn't have known that there would be cloth in those boxes.
Oh shit, you're right. She can't read Virginian.
He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who the killer is!
Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force yourself mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will move straight to the killer. Take that!
And what's that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. And by the way, some people in Zhengfa are going to be real fucking pissed when they realize they got less than they bought. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece to clean up the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Meele.
Ha! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian.
Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. Character evidence, bitch!
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through those boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then... Logically, the killer would have opened this box first.
Bitch.
Yeah, oh my god! That's... that... Hey, it's just bed sheets in English right next to the box, sir! Precisely, and bed sheets would have been perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
So what are you trying to say?
Oh, you fucked now. That if I were the criminal, because we're just, throwing around character evidence all of a sudden, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first.
However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that?
The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs of the box. And she's in charge of the cargo that is Borginian. She would have known it had to get dropped off.
Yeah,
however, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Well, that's a fun expression.
Different color.
Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zengfa.
That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Meele. You and you alone.
Yeah.
It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meele? Why not confess to your crimes here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zengfa? Oh, we got one last thing, don't we?
One last thing.
Oh,
Oh, I think that's it. I think we did it.
He's Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble.
I think that's case closed.
It's closed, bitch!
We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're talking to her down at the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. Oh, it was scary, sir. She probably wasn't even prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. Looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth! I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I could continue to serve as our passengers as a flight attendant.
Yeah, I would have like put murder, like not getting convicted of murder first. But you know what? Glad you're faithful.
I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well.
This is gonna come back around in the weirdest fucking way, isn't it?
And remember, we here at iFly Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go.
Hey Gumshoe, you said you wanted one of these suitcases, right? I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, was it fun. Speaking for yourself, my days was filled with earthquake elevators and false charges.
Hey, Edgeworth, you're gonna be late for 5 more hours.
Oh, poor man. We said it was 2 days ago, so that means there was a day in between where it was...
Alright, at least there's that.
By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Miss Von Cobb is always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding a case. Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir! Oh, are we gonna go talk to Francisca real quick?
Gotta.
Francisca?
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences.
Don't want to catch up with your brother?
Just who do you think I am?
You are Francisca von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
On until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing peril of living her life in the name of fame and her invincible father built.
True. Your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
I do not need to open that. Yeah, I suppose you can.
Plus, there is another agent on this case with me.
I think I know who that's gonna be. Another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate.
Of course he does. Because I can never just have an easy fucking day.
Who knows? You may even run into him one day.
I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full.
Man, gotta love family reunions. Just like this, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for a whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. No, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. Oh! I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Oh, see, he does care!
Yeah.
I love these two. Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. They're best friends. They're best friends, and I refuse to believe anyone tell me otherwise. Every fucking Ace Attorney game that comes out, I want Gumshoe back so bad. They even had a big DLC case for Spirit of Justice that was supposed to be like a, hey, remember Ace Attorney, like the first Ace Attorney game? Because you play as Phoenix, Miles is the prosecutor, and Larry gets convicted of murder, and Gumshoe isn't there.
Oh no!
It's still Emma. And I don't like Emma that much. A lot of people do. She's not my favorite. I just have always preferred Gumshoe. I like the lovable, like, oaf. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Edgeworth speaking?
Finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
Oh god, is it Manfred?
Is it Manfred? Oh.
Ernest Amano.
Ernest Amano? Who the fuck?
So you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son. He's been kidnapped.
Oh, fucking hell.
Bop, 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 bop.
Oh, boy. Alright, well, that is the second case solved. The kidnapped turnabout will be the next one.
Yeah.